little mommy stroking the mink like you so crisp. If you notice, these fools know tricks to scoop your bitch, so keep your game tight. Don't lose your grip like Jeremy Stevens. It's not the place to be if you're barely eating. Wintertime is the therapy season. They say the overcast depresses and stunts growth, but them ain't rain clouds, my nigga, that's blunt smoke.
Take 'em back to the scene, yo. Show 'em what I mean, no. Shark ball, art ball, Oscars, Dino. Streets, fish grease, same D. Better read, though. Dark days, vice nights, Oscars, King Cole. News travels word of mouth. I know you heard about Dude Turn State. He been talking to Curly Cows about J-U-O-S-L-P. M-O-A, Valley Hood, East U, do say South Side, West Side, dilapidated, gentrified. 40 ounce for breakfast, macchiato when I'm high. Promise to make it mine. She let me get it, rain, sleet, or shine. Yeah, that's Seattle state of mind.
Damn, it feels good to talk about home. What's your word? What's your word? Damn, it feels good to talk about home.
Rise and shine, bitches. Check how Seattle do. The flow sick shit. Call it Seattle flu. Out of town acting wild, my Seattle crew. Run this Jake track just like Seattle slew. And the green that we blow from Seattle too. That was grown in a lab at Seattle U. At Westfield, 12th man, my Seattle dude. Nate Burleson wearing that Seattle blue. Bosworth made all of Seattle boo. The Sonics let Kim go.
Seattle's through.
I read Seattle Times, I watch Seattle News. I hope Seattle win, I watch Seattle lose.
Man, it's about that time to pop that cork and pour out that shine. Ooh. Full out hard grind, getting better like wine, make the dimes then wine. Yeah, that's me, white and free, banging J-Suit LP in the hood, like the young niggas bang LP. Union Jackson, yes, slur 2-3. Boy, I stay ooh-wee. You do you and let me do me, And I bet I'll crack these half-ass niggas ain't wet on the track. What up, Marlon? These pussy niggas not ballers. You fucking with the town rap scholars, bitch holla. We just very low-key, don't think that a nigga don't very blow heat. And ain't nary nothing sweet. Solo though is my idol, man, Cherry is the street. The streets bury my peeps. Credit Dre, Dow, Doobie, and Baby T. I bought cools and Mr. Lowe's for my moms in the doghouse hallways. It made my flows bomb. From the CD to we is all just alike. Panthers and gangsters raised us up right. When the chips crash, stand your ass up and fight. Some told the chop blow, me I gun mics. Hey, check it, and I will gun you down. See Dylan killing how we run through sounds. Up the middle, boy, the whole world renowned. First we built it, then we killed it, then we tilted that crown. To the left, cause I'm fresh off the right, cause we tight to the back. What's the half shit? Nothing. Headed up the grannies with these L's and the facts. Some say I pushed it forward, some say he brought it back. I put the ill up and real, you a fake when I'm chill when the bill with the Jake one.
Damn, it feels good to talk about home.
When I'm done, you look me upside and back and
damn, it feels good to talk about home.
All right, so the next one is going to be Draze. The hood ain't the same. And this is about the gentrification that hit Seattle. So pay attention. It's good shit.
I was born in the Central District, raised in the South End. I'm a homegrown kid, yep, 206 living. Used to play flyers up when I lived up on Union. Pushed it out to Orcus and eventually the Kenyans. Didn't have much, but thankful for all we was given. It was all hood until weed and seed crept in. And the blocks went naked and gentrification came. Garfield, Franklin, robberies ain't even the same. Mark my words, it's gonna be white boys all on the team. I don't reminisce when I drive through this hood, I feel pain. I ain't proud of these new developments, I feel shame. And I ain't trying to preach at these young brothers, just spit game. I guess Kent's the new South End, and the South End is the CD, and the CD It's just a thing of the past. But I remember Sammy's Burgers, soul food down at Helen's. Holly Hill back when Duce was full of felons. Now the streets is naked. Yeah, they claim it, but nobody banks it. My man called me from the joint. I said this thing is changing. He said, young homie, what you mean? I said I can't explain it. These folks is moving us around just like an experiment. The city ain't the same, the South it ain't the same. And all around the world I see the same thing. Hurting people like cattle, man, I swear it's so strange. Picket signs don't change minds, they laughing at our pain. I heard Brooklyn ain't the same, and Harlem ain't the same. And all around the world I see the same thing. Black men in the White House and ain't nothing changed. Playing checkers with our lives, but I'm seeing through the game. Okay, I get it, it's supposed to be the melting pot. But am I wrong for wanting to live around my own? Loitering in the park, brown bag sipping, slap boxing, dice game, fried chicken for Richlands. Drive by tooting my horn, what up pimpin'? This is the town in 95, good living. Sewer Park was poppin', Black Fest, Soul Fest. Rose from these hills, man, them things was so fresh. Used to own our homes, now we're all renters. Got folks moving south like birds for the winter. They asked mama to sell her home, she said no. But then we had to shake when them property taxes rose. I know you say you ain't the ones in them white sheets, but these suits and ties are similar to me. Don't try to paint me as the black man who's angry. When you gut my community, it's hard to build a legacy. I can rally the troops, but I deal with it. I see through you, greed, power, and privilege. Yo, I can rally the troops, but I deal with it. I see through you, greed, power, and privilege. The city ain't the same, the South it ain't the same. And all around the world I see the same thing. Hurting people like cattle, man, I swear it's so strange. Picket signs don't change minds, they laughing at our pain. I heard Brooklyn ain't the same, and Harlem ain't the same. And all around the world I see the same thing. Black men in the White House and ain't nothing changed. Playing checkers with our lives, but I'm seeing through the game. Yo, just hold the drums, man, let that guitar run. I like how that feels. I've been talking so much yah on this mixtape, I figure I should let you know I do it. For the South, then I do it for the Central. I do it for the one who blow trees to ease their mental. I do it for the hustlers, I do it for the grimy. I do it for the young knuckleheads coming up behind me. I do it for the church, hell I do it for the sinners. Cause my prayer is that one day they'll all be repentance. I do it for the love, hell I do it for the culture. Never for the labels cause they blood-sucking vouchers. I do it for the cash, I gotta pay my bills. For Nana and the mama, man, that family life is real. I do it for the whoo. I love how that feel when they play that hit back like that new Draze is ill. I do it for Zimbabwe, yup, they're my people. I say some fly-ish, but I ain't really on no ego. No disrespect to Pops, but I do it for my mama. Enough said, just know I do it.
So, last thing I want to say is, I think everybody should, anybody in Spokane who at least halfway like Spokane should be very, 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 very concerned right now. Should be on full alert and ready to march in the fucking streets and throw batteries. No, I'm not saying you should throw batteries. I'm just saying you should be ready to do whatever it takes to stop this from happening in Spokane. And you already see pockets of it, and it's kind of cute and adorable right now, but it's gonna get real fucking weird. And you don't want to live in a place that has that uncanny valley. Like, I mean, Ballard was awesome once, and now it's a fucking shithole. That's the only part of my, okay, so I lived around Ballard. I lived in Greenwood. Greenwood is pretty much the same. So they had put up apartment buildings and everything, and they're just kind of mid-level apartments. They're not high-end or anything. But Ballard has completely changed. That's the neighborhood that my grandpa's from, my uncles, and everybody are from Ballard. And it had this fishing town feel, because that's what it was. It was its own town at one point, and Seattle had taken it over. I don't know exactly how that took place because I didn't pay attention to that kind of shit back then. But what I do know is that Ballard merged into being a Seattle neighborhood and not its own town. And it's all these old, you know, lower middle class homes, working class homes. They were working class homes. And the people that lived there were, you know, it was a big fishing town. And that was really the industry that drove that town. And it had that feel to it. And it was just a cool ass neighborhood. And I haven't even bothered to go down to Old Town Ballard because I'm afraid of what I'll see. I don't know if Hattie's Hat is still there or any of the places that we used to go. I'm sure the Tractor is there because it's a successful venue, but and there was, I think the Sunset was down there. I'm sure that some of those places are still there, but when you go into the other parts of Ballard that just had this weird, unique feel to it, totally gone. It's just these weird condos and these weird businesses below them. Usually, you know, you got your drugstore, you got your nail salon, you have a yoga studio, maybe a Verizon store. And that's, I mean, basically you could fucking go anywhere in the United States and just see that same exact bullshit. And it's like this beautiful ugly. I don't, it's so frustrating to even try to explain what it is, but it just, eventually you will drive around these streets of Spokane and be like, I don't even have any memories here. All my memories are gone. I think of the carousel, and I've only been here for 7 years, but I think of that carousel, and I came here and visited when I was a kid a couple times, so I did go on that carousel before, but we used to take my ex's daughter to that carousel all the time, and we would all ride it, and we would throw the rings and everything, and it had that cool wooden building, and I understand that maybe the building needed upkeep or something. I don't exactly know why the fuck you would tear it down, but it seems that you could rebuild it at least even similar, you know. It had that unique character to it, and now it feels like a goddamn carousel in a fucking airport. It does not feel like a fun, happy place to be or to take a kid. Like, we walked by it and had no desire to go in there, and even Ayla, my ex's daughter, she didn't even have any desire to go in there. So, I mean, if you want your entire city to be that carousel, then don't do anything. Just let people develop and do what they want to do, and sit on your ass and do nothing, because that is what will happen. So I'm going to end out with just one last song. I was going to go longer and say some other things. I will say that the update, you know, we have, I mean, I mentioned it before, but yesterday at City Council, secured help with rental deposits so that people can move into a building. So that's taken off some of that edge. And then also move out expenses covered in that pocket of money from the city that will help supplement that until the landlord comes up with the money and would pay the city back. Landlords also got help with their damage. Oh, and I want to say this, like, Karen Stratton is the one person that voted against it, and she voted, to my understanding, from what I saw, and I couldn't hear that well, but we talked about it afterwards, and this is the information that I've gathered, is that she appeared to be voting against, she wanted to table anything that was beneficial to tenants, and wanted to go ahead and open up development for low-income housing and give landlords the support that they wanted. But she was the sole person. And you got Mike Fagan, who seems to be kind of a libertarian figure, and he went ahead and voted for it. Because I was explaining this to someone today, that I think that Mike Fagan is a good person with bad ideas, like really shitty ideas a lot of the time. But I think that he's a person that actually is concerned and cares about people. So it's just a weird dynamic, and